You should be able to hear me. It's part of my security regiment that I do, whether necessary or unnecessary. I do it 24/7. I even jumped the fence a couple of days ago and walked all the way down in the.
Nobody speak, and if I don't speak, I serve other than we age number one feet, stand on 2 feet, with the wise man, nobody signs, see the skies, the mind, science, but guys, from conspiring to nervous, conspirers and violence, terrorists and fire, trying to hide, trying to find. In environments and migrants, I'm hearing the stars. Me and my ears, they've got indictments.
Who's in charge?
These pedophiles, murders, recent alignment, the assignment. I'm not the wisest, I'm not lying. My refinement and confinement and requirement for this climate. Y'all push all the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I'm bound to progress, no duck, no rap, drill music for real. My soul they don't possess, real foolish make no deal. Ain't playing with nothing, it's personal, know what the business is. Big Mom says come full circle, so vacate your premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is on a whack, it's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Now, surface around the flag. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is on a whack, it's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Now, big fact. We want our shit back. Get you up. Conscious mind, and we got on the temple. I had a vision the past night, yet a circulars round created successful reality from a virtual now. How stand on my sweat to say you took your power, them same little sweets and breezies that a virtual face now all in space. And I'm talking all across the dog on the whole trace. So I walk tall kittens right y'all. In the spirit of the great matriarch. This is for my bazaar in the street. My sights on the prize lies right in front of my eyes. Success, longevity, good health, all my guys no longer flirt with death. Despite her thick thighs, long hair and promiscuous ways, I trick you guys, the results, lives are lost. Jesus, mama cries.
I'm saving it today, y'all.
By surprise, I analyze the wise, never argue with you fools.
I'll explain.
Shoes are utilized as well. I do what you who tries fail. I change the game, not he who buys sells yet. Things are still the same, he who flies sail. The ship of destiny, war of rocks from skies are held wet. Boy in a pot of poverty, arguably not probably, nor possibly Miguel adore her heart and father G. Memori, so no question of who the fatherly. I son, all you motherfuckers thinking you as hard as me. Cross country, familiar lands and foreign lands. Bars claim they gang, but that's what I was stolen lands. While they
see that mesquite, honey? Oh, I'm not gonna mess with this one. That shit is like a super mineral.
Rose from cold to hot, the temperature check it. Jealousy and hate is the cause of what success is. The lessons learned are the ones that are best lived. Life's precious, she's quite majestic. Kiss her wet lips. Expect to get
smells. It smells like. Damn. It smells like a Jolly Rancher.
I still came through fresh with a burst of
smells like a Jolly Rancher, yo.
Out there, just much perch in the owl, push the dirt in the owl, Joe. It's time to sweep up, no falling back. I'm moving forward, trying to keep up. I'm shining, turning my life fighting heat up.
Come out loud in there, spiders.
Cross country, familiar lanes and foreign lands. Mars claim they gang, but not for now. What's stolen lands while they steadily back doing their own mash. Have a milk dish and joint like a bowl of golden grams. Shoot for my engines. Full step. It's feathers up. Keep you up.
Oh shit.
All truth is universal. It's certain things that are universal. Honor your mother and father. Want for your brother what you want for yourself. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
This rhythm is
gotta change the batteries.
refreshing. With that being said, ready to bring on y'all for a second. Check it out. No need to look afar. You're green to put a scar on the foot of God. Wisdom of ToLU'S from the book of Ra. Hills on lungs even after you took a heart. All praise is due. 21 gun salute. Lick shots at you black rappers. I track actors. I track trappers down. Place the ground upon my head. Spread my lungs. The dead backpackers. Bring the royal back to life. Back to reality. It's all about reality. Not about a salary. For the love of this light. Naturally. Mesoamerica. With legions with bows and arrows be narrowly early escape sets grass so carefully I trace my steps and eggs to reach to where me through grace chefs and last this is why white Jesus wept at last unsparingly erase every bit of your history similar to what you did to me get rid of me you're a kid to me my forebears swore theirs were raw for years I spit keeper the gas fast forward I'm the last poet last priest the last airbender to smash beats let us all hell niggas knock our nectar the living word without just some dead letters whether Anunnaki or Anasazi the first Americans were not Africans nor Nazi Norsemen Vikings or some redskin tribesmen scientific proof archaeology so cosmologically
I gotta clean it up. New batteries in it.
For the top of Mount Sinai, I shout the land of our ancient comedic gods myself my route to South America. We dare to sail back across the Atlantic through West Africa where we return under the 29th Perla to Morocco, Nubia. This they're scared to tell, don't panic.
What's up, Millennial Dad? What's happening? What's going on? What's up, family? Can y'all hear me good? You probably hear me chewing, right?
Dishonest man, why does the sun stand still above the promised land? What after gunfire, there's money carnage hands in that whole day.
So fucking good.
Homage, I am a descendant of the Peru, pyramid of the sun. I need ToLU'S since the double decades. Balance of the two lands, not if I can't do it, then tell me who can.
It'd be a lot of secret passages that people have to come through in order to make it successful in this entertainment business. Would you agree with that? I agree 100%.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of backdoor stuff. It's a lot of gatekeepers in that industry that will not let you come through that door. There's a lot of homosexuality. There's a lot of homosexuality and lesbians. Of course, you know what I mean?
Scoping out my exit from this matrix where all that promotion is for hatred and fake shit. Create my own wave, I don't chase shit. Also, what is the latest is tasteless, overrated. The young beef is beyond this, plant-based, I can't wait to be on. Those A-rich, catching a fish with a blanket caps is that A-list. They want you at a play strip or some gay shit. Whether prison or on some playlist, the agenda is the same. Your rank on a slave ship, sign your name on the dot, they got it. Now you famous, couple of dollars in your pocket and a chain to keep you anchored. You anchored, deep down, so your soul can't reclaim it. You didn't try to say shit, but really can't explain it. You had the means to do it, yet didn't change shit. Instead, you continue to entertain us with the same lameness as the rest of the entertainers whose job is to tame us. Simulation is designed to block, shame us. The enemy is even more faceless. Realize the ones that look like us are even more racist. The white man's not the white man. Some might say explain this. First in slavery was a melanated chomo and rapist and his descendants. But sure, are your favorites in all facets of society? Yet what's the status of the sacred? Scoping out my exit from this matrix. My market and promotion is on hatred and fake shit. Create my own way. Don't chase it. Most of what is the latest is tasteless, overrated. The young beef is beyond me. Black patient can't wait to be honest. So they risk yesterday case with a plenty of camp at the A-list. They want you at a play strip on some gay shit. Program on a slow spin once again. It's not like slow down. Touch it back on your girlfriend. Learn that good that slow down.
Oh yeah.
Assets frozen. You should step 10 toes in. Tsunami like when I rock, I overflow. Show sweat or drown. Let me expound more. For show jump, the leader of a free world. I follow no trend. 0% of me competing with you. That's phone now. Scoping out my exit from this matrix where market and promotion is on hatred and fake shit. Create my own ways, I don't chase it. Most of what is the latest is tasteless, overrated. The young business beyond needs.
Woo! Breakfast out the way.
They want you in a play strip.
Let's get it cracking.
And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor.
Oh,
that's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those.
Hey, look at that. Oh, don't worry. It's gonna be raining, right? But I'm still gonna show you. I'm gonna do something. I gotta sweep. I blew it out. So I blew it out, right? So I just got to go in there and those four right there. I'm gonna build it up. I'm gonna actually take. Hey, mama, hi. There's a lot of bird food back there. Are you looking for some moths? Feed your babies. Anyway, right? She's right here looking at me. Hi, how are you? Hi. They don't see any down there? No. Where you look? Well, yeah, I know you don't want that queen. That's dead. Oh, you're eating? You're eating? Yeah? Go get some bird food. I know it's a little harder. They're making it different. All right, let me grind it up right quick. She's looking at it like, what the hell? Here you go, mama. Here. That damn, which God? There you go, mama. Woo, shit. Yeah, damn. All right. There you go. Yeah, oh man, what they glue that thing together with? I think they did that on intentionally. That's crazy. There you go, mama. I've been buying that bird feed for many years, over a decade, man. And the last batch they use, I don't know, I think I got crazy people getting jobs because they're trying to make this normalizing. And I think they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing because that thing's almost like a brick. I got to literally take my knife out and just to break up the pellets. And the ants are going crazy over the stuff. So I don't know what, anyway. All right, we're out of time. I'm gonna be a little punctual. We gotta run out of time again. Like I said, if it's raining, I actually got the paint and everything. I want to go in there and start rolling out, but I got to blow it out again and sweep it up really good, then blow it one more time to get all the fine out. It didn't get wet in there. Even with the winds coming from this direction, there's only like a little cap in the front, about 1/4 inch, so stuff can blow right through. But it didn't get wet, so I'm gonna go ahead. When I get back, I'm gonna take the mold killing paint and I'm gonna roll the bottom out because, like I said, I really want to go this morning and get that styrofoam over at Lowe's. It's not pink, it's green. I'm looking at the properties and the quality of everything, and I don't know. I can order stuff online. Like I said, the prices all of a sudden jumped way up. So I'll make do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? All bills are paid. About, I don't know, about $2,000-3,000 in bills all taken care of. But I got to pick those up, about 4 or 5 of them. I got to pick up the not shellac. Y'all know how shellack's made, right? But I got to get the because they had it over there, but it was only one, and it was I guess a tester. I don't know how they do it at which cost, but I got to get that cherry red resin, not resin, but the cherry red stain, because that's part of the color, because it's so beneficial. Not red and black. I had y'all flipping and tripping, but that cherry red, like if you was looking at mahogany and teak, when you got that deep, dark, rustic, you know, like they would say medieval, but I would say Tartarian, like that. You know what I mean? So I want to have that, because there's going to be spots where that's why I said it's important that I cut out this insulation, because some of it's not going to be covered. So I want to be able to do the spray over that, and then be able to hit it with the same kind of it'll be a spray paint though. Same color as the cherry resin, the cherry stain. So I mean, like, everything's in my head, and then some CAD things I do. CAD as far as design, not to, you know, put on some, you know, on a laser cutout or anything like that. But CAD as far as looking at it in 3-dimensional. I'm still able to do that on my tablet, so on my Note 4. So I don't have my pen no more. This one kind of works on there because it's all, you know, Verizon. And so I'm able to move it a little bit and contextually change some things. I'm not really measuring the size because I know the size of the truck bed, 6, and the size of the camper, 9, besides the fact that I'm building a patio. What the hell was that? Did that just rip? Shit. All right. It is stretched down a little bit. It's all right. I made a little pop sound. Anyway, I keep knocking this damn thing over. Like I said, so I'll go ahead and put it in. If it starts raining or crazy, I'll put it in so you can hear it in the rain, and I'll paint out what I can paint out so you can see it. Hopefully, no, because it's supposed to rain again. Start somewhere around like noonish, 1. Little break all the way up to 9 o'clock this evening. Like I said, monsoon season, it put rain, say 40%. The thing is, what y'all don't know is it be heavy rain. It ain't like, it's like, where was you at coming in the house at 2 a.m., Johnny? Margaret, if you don't sit your... Yo, what's up, Tom? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read a couple things, and I'm going to... You know, I'm not into politics and all that, but I know that some of you are really looking at things, and I need for you not to, regardless of what I said yesterday, I'm always that way, to not be disturbed, and not be, to lean on what I've been stating about meditation, speak. Literally, your voice is your healer. And what have we been doing? Going to the doctors, letting their voice give comfort. You ever went to the emergency room and the guys, and they start hooking an IV, just giving you saline, salt, a heart attack, all that, they give you salt, right? So check it out. But they want to cry about high sodium diet, so it's all bull. They don't want to be clear, okay, on the fact that mineral stripping is real and it affects you. But that voice and that smog, and what you've been with Dexter's Laboratory and everything, you know, the smog with the pins and the birth controls and the fake clean cut, because I hate that clean cut nonsense. But they're standing there in this form of comfort because you've been grafted and groomed into it, instead of your voice being real comfort, because all they're going to do is make it worse, medicate it, but it's going to become worse. And I study this stuff, and it's real. So you've got to allow yourself to be the mediator of your existence. Which direction? Your whole diatribe. Okay. I know for hardcore religious individuals, it's hard for them to see this, the fluid around the brain. I don't know why they don't study anatomy and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, the chrism, right? The Christ fluid, right? Your vertebrae, 33, Jacob's ladder, climbing from the lower area, 732 sin area, which is not evil, bad, or good, or anything. it's a balance place. When you look at cartography, right, and a map, same thing with your body. 7 focal points of energy, right, to pass through, vectors to leave, come through, and everything. You could do it in yourself. They always talk about outer space, but are you aware that outer space is the deep blue ocean, which is not blue? You know how many different types of bodies of water are in the ocean? More than you could even fathom. Would they tell you Mariana's Trench is the deepest part? No, it's not. And some of the highest peaks and mountains. Individuals have been going around, and I know it's off the back of what I've been saying in a lot of videos, saying when I was in Grand Canyon, we're at some of the highest peaks, and I'm up there showing them whale bones, and I'm showing mollusks and seashells, and mussel and clam shells, and they're like, how'd I get up here? Well, in order to stave off calamity and destruction of a generation, a reset, they give you religion. They formulate, because you won't look into it and start seeing things. So they give you this lie. So that way you won't see that it was destruction beyond your comprehension. This whole focal of this area could be just for the purpose of studying. You unfortunately are here, and they're going to destroy you to bring on another narrative. I'm only putting this out for educational purposes. That is not where I stand, because like I said, my story doesn't go away. The fact that the faces walk before me, whatever direction, for those who need all that nonsense, because I'm not writing it in a book, they're still going to walk in front of me. I'm going to be looking down at them. They're going to be looking up at me, whatever, and I'm going to see them. I'm going to recognize faces. Nothing can be said. Hold on your position here. Watch all the people who have been groomed to murder. Those things that are under the ground or within and around you that you can't see. I get to look at their goofy faces as well. Like I said, meditation, your diet, which dietary, to not die when you eat, diet, but what you consume. And what you choose not to, which is even more beneficial. Isn't it funny that you can get in cold water and reset, knock off 105 temperature, establish something with the minerals in your body to bring forth this composite of resetting yourself where you're not sick? Where you can fast for 4, 5, 7 days, and all of a sudden there's nothing wrong with you. Your eyes are clearer. Yeah, you can smell a lot more. And then you realize you don't have to use deodorant every day. Like I used key limes this morning, right? Yesterday, key limes. I am big on certain kind of deodorant if I have to. You know what I'm saying? From around females, yeah, I'm gonna put on some Daisy, because that's part of what it is. And women like a man that smells good, and men like a woman that smells good. So those things are beneficial, and you don't have to eradicate and remove yourself. Why you got to be up on that, Ant? Right? But I'm saying you don't have to stop certain things. That's like drinking. I tell people all the time, I get 2 beers if they're German, 2 beers, and I'm happy. I'm not trying to get drunk. Y'all see me with my little blunt, 2 puffs. Right now my back's killing me, but I gotta go drive, so I'm not gonna use it. 2 puffs, and I'm like, I get up and I start going here. You know what I'm saying? I start doing a little, and it feels good, And the other thing, other than that, meditation, when you say something, when you speak, this vibration, articulate in a way that is, that most people can interpret it. Because a lot of times people will think and they have this issue where they think they got to put it down fast because they'll forget. If that's the case, then don't say nothing. Get to the point where you remember what your thought is, so you start processing it. If you write things because you are worried that you might not remember in the next minute, it's because that's not who you are. It's not saying you're not that individual. You're allowing yourself to decompress, because a lot of people get there and there's nobody to sit there and go, dude, you're confused a little. I want you getting a little angst or whatever, right? If you can't remember it when you just started and you got to go, man, I just thought this. It's like only 6 words. You got to be that individual. And most people don't have this individual around them say, deep breathe. And if it's important, it will come back. And a lot of times y'all know this. You know, next day it's like, I remember. And then you're more casual about writing it because you not only had the day before, it's always been there. Now you reattach yourself with this. Some would say, oh, you're giving life lessons. I can't give you no lessons on life. I can't articulate everything for everybody, my come over, for everybody to have this great expectation of the great I am. That's supposed to be self, us walking side by side, not leaving nobody behind. As I was telling you, how does the wolf pack move with the elders? Where do they put the elders? And how do they move with the elders? It's all about respect, not the calamity of chaos. Because you see man killing one another, and those individuals, you know who, I get tired of saying Z, they normalize you murdering each other. And how they do it? Through Hollywood. Besides the sect of children that nobody paid attention to, that they would take during small intifadas, like little places where they would go and cause a little rift. And people, when they create their little debt and stuff, would give their children away because they couldn't take care of them. So these individuals have always had dark magic, blood magic, and y'all just don't know it because nobody's writing about it. And they've always had a new generation. Let's say they get 100,000, right? Children. Okay. And they take 100,000 and they take, you know, around 780, right? And they sacrifice, eat, put it in a matzo ball, hypothetically, right? The other stuff they feed to keep the other children from ever reaching a pinnacle. So they sneak it into the new diet because our people didn't eat meat. I don't care what anybody's saying. I know a little more than they goofy asses. My great-great uncle said, he said, oh, no, we growing up, we didn't eat all that. We was eating squashes and pumpkins and, you know, like, and watermelons, and they walk around eating an onion. There wasn't no potato here. People had a hard time in high school. I said, we didn't have no, what's the French fry? I didn't like them at first. I was like, and all these pizzas, until, you know, I go to Papa Tony's, Angelo's, you know, Italian guys, you know, in the neighborhood who have pizzerias, and, you know, I'm over there, you know, sucking them down because I smoked a little Chihuahua and sipped on some, you know, hooch. But orange julep and watermelon wine, you know what I mean? That Papa and them would make. Anyway, I started eating the crap. And delicious. Yet, my great-great uncle, only one, told me that they did not, when they were early on, and it wasn't starving or nothing, there was no slaves. He said, no, we didn't eat meat. We didn't eat fish. We didn't eat Uncle 10, 114, Uncle C, 115. One or the other, you know. But we're in a time where if we don't speak these things, I'm whole, complete, you know, I'm healthy, I'm healed, and all that. Many things you can say, and all you can make it however you want, but make it part of your, when you come up in the AM, I am whole, healthy, and complete, you know, and allow yourself to feel it. The word is a feeling. When you speak, you feel it. You hear your voice. And then you ever lost your voice because you were at a game, whatever, and you go that one moment and that next day, hey, oh, my voice. It's like you long lost love you've been missing forever, right? And then it comes back, and then your ignorance, you go, instead of embracing your voice, you go, that's yeah. You don't even think about it. It's my voice is back. Yay. I'm going to go back out next month for the next game and lose it again. You know what I mean? You know, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I know I don't have to give it energy. I'm saying give it energy because that's the term that y'all understand. It's just going to happen because they don't know how to make proper choice. They don't know how to make good decisions. How many of you ever got a lot of money and you said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and do this, and before you know it, you did exactly what you always do? No 7 P's, no 3 P's, no preparation, no preparedness, no nothing. You know what I mean? And this is not to beat you all and bask in the head, or, you know, I'm just with what's here, not coming, and what the enemy's going to be make relevant and have been. Why do you not prep for it? How many of you are walking around in 110, 109, 190-degree weather and sleeping in it all day. Do you think that you're ready for when the AC and the power is out? How many of you can use the bathroom at 5 below zero, right? See your butt down and just be in sweats. A lot of you aren't ready for the extreme heat or the extreme cold. Not saying that you can manifest even hotter or colder and benefit. I'm not saying everybody's Wim Hof or the opposite. I'm saying how many of you are actually literally getting up and allowing yourselves to feel this stuff and to normalize it for the moment, because most people are going to be dropping left and right. Something unimaginable. Is that a snake skin? But I feel, I've always felt it was important to share this little information. Oh, Mac, what's up, beloved? Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is for the 2A community, okay? I'm going to drop this for you. I'm going to show you the game they play. And that's why the reason why, even though I listen to some people, Guns and Gadget, Black Scout Survival, whatever, right? It's stuff like this. Let it come up. So, they just passed this goofy Trump's big, bad, bodacious, gargantuan bill, whatever they want to call it. Right? And you know that because NFA was based upon racism created by the Zionists, because the last thing the fake Zionists wanted was the autochthonous or the indigenous people to have guns and be able to move through all this throughout the states, because they're very aware, because most people are very unaware of what brothers and sisters are capable of. But you have this parliamentarians of the United States not voted on, we didn't determine. But are you aware that it's this Democrat bitch, Elizabeth McDonough, who removed certain things that was based on 2A? See, it's not her position or place. But my thing is, how does this fake ass Congress allow that? Why is that at night when everybody's asleep and they don't read nothing, they sign stuff because they know exactly what the fuck it is, with the COVID and everything else. The fact that the FDA lied about it passing, and yet they still want the FDA there, just like the NFA. But they won't want people to think racism, even though they got a bunch of idiots. Right now, as you see, a lot of ICE are, I think, the ex-cartel members, because the FBI, the CIA, FBI move in a way that's nothing about America that's against it, because it was established. I'm not saying everybody in the organizations. I'm saying they have the people in the proper positions of this false authority to come out and do things that most of y'all don't know nothing about. Now, I'm not a fucking citizen. It don't matter what they looking at, their little goofy paperwork. I am part of the original, and they know this shit. But the thing is, you have individuals like that who are put in those positions, made up big government, made up positions at any time to call like a terrorist organization. Like you see, they're getting rid of magnificent, beautiful, good guy I knew. He didn't serve in the military, Mexican guy, grew up here all of his life, was brought here when he was like 1 or 2, went to school and college. They deported him. Because you see ICE with a handful of dumb niggas, a whole bunch of, I don't know, fucking Mexicans are the worst of the worst. They're getting rid of their own fucking people. Because what's planned on the horizon, that a lot of you dummies, because of these goofy ass racist pale skins, they're just the dumbest sons of bitches. And then you have these worthless niggas, because I'm MAGA, I'm gonna make America great again, goofy African American, who don't know the first thing about anything. Allow this shit. There are good, magnificent fucking people. And that's why I tell you that the government agencies and they're nothing but a shit stain. And I don't like saying that because I know good people who work in those departments. I really do. A lot, actually. And there are people who know, I know. And some of them come watch and they let me know, you know, they're what? I was like, I give a fuck. And they know I don't. We know you don't care, Ray. And we feel you. You know what I mean? And I said, so what? And I'm watching them. Every night I close my eyes, I see motherfuckers' faces I don't want a name to. I don't give a fuck about their age. I don't give a damn about their mammy and their pappy. I don't give a fuck if they were orphaned and they were taken in and conditioned, that they accepted this irresponsibility against self. The perdition is on them. I don't care. Every night I close my fucking eyes. Like the worst fucking tapestry. And these stupid motherfuckers can be watching because they got to see what y'all don't get to see. It's hard to convince them. I'm not here to convince them. They want their X-Files and shit. Oh, they want you to believe to manufacturing. I am telling you, fuck all that. There's a lot of things that are fucking real. Right? And that y'all better start taking it fucking serious. All right? Seriously. Okay? So she was born in 1966 as an American lawyer who has been a parliamentarian of the United States Senate since 2012. Now, the first woman to hold the position, McDonough guided the Senate through the first and second impeachment trials of Donald Trump, because it's a brand new thing. And she is an enemy, not of the state, but of the land and of the people. See, we always hear enemy of the state. What the fucking state ain't never been beneficial to me. What the fuck? Fuck the state. The state is a corporation. It's a moneymaker. So it can subjugate all of you and do what the fuck it wants based on the politics of fiat. And most of y'all can't see past it because you won't free yourself. You will not get in the cold water. You will not take the 10,000 steps. You will not change your diet. You will not implement a different regimen of thought and speak. You will not allow yourself to coexist with yourself. And this is the reason why they're able and capable of doing these things. You know what it's like to be in a helicopter flying and you're looking through some shit and you're looking at people, you feel powerful. Motherfucker talk all you want. And you know what we can do? They don't get it. That's their own fucking denials of something. It's the worst form of flattery. Yeah. And they deny themselves while they think they're flattering themselves. Because what they don't know is the fact when you make that bond, even that's a hard one to rip apart. You know, I think one of the oldest serving individuals who had two children, twins, in the Philippines or Vietnam, was this pale skinned guy. He was a master. You know, we have senior chief, master chief. I think he was a senior master. He was like the highest master chief. 44 fucking years in the Navy. Passed away 2002 or I forget when he passed away. Anyway, he had two, you know, over in was it Philippines? It might have been the Philippines. It's been a long time. Anyway, and they wanted to meet their father so bad. Now they're in their 40s. Now he was in his 50s when he slept with their mama, who was there. Beautiful, tall Filipino woman, beautiful woman. And then the kids, you could see it. You could see it in them, the Irish or whatever he was. And there's millions of children like that all over. And you see these things, and what men don't know is even though you're planting your sperm, right, with the seed, right, with the egg, there's a connection with y'all too. And there's no way anyone can walk this earth and not feel their children. Now, it's one thing if your children got this false premonition and angst and they feel like they hate you, but that's based on the mother or the father, depending on who. And it's not natural. And people think that that's going to go unanswered. No, the government, the local government, the judiciary committees and all that played a part in division of these children to feed one monster and cripple another. They don't listen. Their faces look the worst. Their faces look the worst, man. Wow. Their faces look tormented. all disfigured. They didn't look like everybody else's faces. They looked real. You can even see politicians attempting to find a way to get out of these lines, right? They can't get out of it. And you see them even there where there's no hope. You see them attempting to get out. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you, just fucking idiot? I'm standing up looking at these faces. Whatever the purpose is for me. And I'm looking at them. I'm not here like this, guys. It's not what the fuck's in the dreams that I had over and over and over and over. And I don't want them to believe shit, you know? That's why I'm able to say it. You know what I mean? But the ones who work with the harming of the children, the doctors, all their faces are disfigured. Every last one of them. They're fucked up looking. And then certain politicians, like, I can't throw names on them regardless of recognizing them. They're all attempting to hide, and the ones who are playing a game, I guess it was what it was called. It was a different language. When they're being called out to step off into these walkways or whatever the fuck it is, right? And you can see that they don't want to go, but they can't stop themselves. It's always a forward. And that's why they always move inside and they're trying to joust and like they're going to hide whatever's coming. I'm not part of that over there. I just know it's bad. You hear screams like I heard. It's like, whew, like screams and like curdling, like I don't know what they see, but I know it ain't good. It's worse than any. And there are things walking with them that don't look nothing like you and me. I don't even like looking at them things because they just look like they don't give a fuck. But they do. But it looked like they don't care. Very emotional. Very emotional, but it's not like what y'all think emotion is. It's like taking a piece of wood, laying it on the ground, and letting, the weather and everything do what it needs to do to it. That's what they're like weathered, tarnished, but like they were created for that. I don't know how to put it. Because, a lot of things I don't know how to interpret. I don't have a word. I don't have nothing for it. I just know that I'm supposed to the proceedings and look over it. That's all. I can't wait neither because I hope there's something better after that for me. Like I said, it's all about the light of you, the source, whatever you want to call it. But I know there's a not. And maybe that's my penance. I don't know. It's not that I don't want to know. I just don't know. Everything's not clear when it comes to that because I'm always looking and fishing, but it's like it's impractical. It's like I'm looking for something that's unnecessary. You see the voice for Israel at the UN for the Zionists. He's a Palestinian individual, and his father, so-called, was part of that. Who worked with Netanyahu or whatever when they created Hamas, because that was part of the Zionists. They created Hamas. They just used the name, and he just believes in killing his own people. You have that here. You have that in every land. Colombia, Mexico, all Argentina. You have it everywhere. But my thing is, how did they get that way? Right? That's the stuff that I be wanting to figure out, even though I have a little insight on it. But I can't explain all that. That's why I read what I read. And you would say to yourself, why would anyone want to do that? Well, this is the select few, man. It's not always strange for the change to have these gains. Sometimes, and strange could be hitmen and all that other stuff. It's a lot of vernaculars to go with it. And y'all see it. You literally see the media telling you the good points, you know, with big old grandma news reporter. And then you see the people who are conditioned and very good at selling you the lie that keeps people going at each other's neck, fighting and everything else. Y'all see that they had a pretty big shootout in Chicago. Those knuckleheads in Chicago, man. Not everybody, but those idiots. I don't think and nothing's getting to them. You know, nothing's getting to them. And that's going to be utilized against our people. Those things right there is the reason why the media puts them out. And there's a lot more than those going on. But they put out certain ones because they need to feed this, you know, destruction for 2A, for the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. The very thing that they created is how they manipulate it, because there's nobody else other than AIPAC and ADL who are participants in this. You've got idiots over there who don't even belong in the land, come from New York, California, all these places, Canada, France, Belgium, and they go there claiming to be a goddamn Jew. They're Zionists, Talmudists. They're walking with full auto M16s built here for us, ARs, before the MC, built for us, while these fake bastards sitting there got you believing that they could take that from you. And the whole facsimile of things, I cannot figure out how racists can be so dumb, how ignorant Negroes and other people can be a commodity for this shit. Are people literally being groomed from childhood to exact this referendum, this stupidity, and there's a reason why they can't dream and they can't see the things that some of us see. There's a reason. But they can walk in front of you and have you convinced that they're nice and they're sweet and they're diligent and they're practical and they serve a purpose and they're hard workers. First of all, should nobody be fucking working? They can't even escape the vices established and put forward that keep everybody enslaved. Working is enslavement. You got to remember, a lot of people get a job. They think it's going to make good money, but they don't like it. Who the fuck wants to do something that has them under duress or some form of stress? I'm just asking because educational purposes, there are people that ask, they want to know. And when you let people know that they can change it, they can manifest something different, these people haven't had no one around them that can circumvent that can bring this to light. And that way, to fruition, you know, they ascertain these things. That's why I say, I don't just say this because it sounds good. I don't know if it does or doesn't. I don't care about that. I say and read the things I've stated or read because it's up to you to be the beneficiary. You've got to do the work. You have to research things. There are people who I've given tons of books to, like what books are good. And I always tell them, and look at all the other ones that might come up and see what in that symposium reading behind it. It's kind of like evaluations on the book, see what the people are saying, you know, and then make a determination if that's the book you want, if you download the PDF or just able to look through it, if it's something that can be beneficial in the puzzle pieces. And there are numerous individuals who are reading more than I even imagined they would. And I applaud them. As long as they're seeing and finding things that they can share with people that could be beneficial. Because if you're a reader and you share it on a platform, you are a teacher of some form or some form or another. And you should take it upon yourself to be very complicit. And that means with a will that's driven for the betterment of each individual. So when you do teach or you read these things through meditation and everything else, you can make more sense of it, even for self. See how they always say it's quiet before the storm? Well, if they keep you distracted, I mean, right now they got you Diddy, not guilty. And motherfucking niggas outside the courthouse rubbing baby oil down on themselves. When I tell you Epstein didn't die, those two niggas, they were able to walk away so they can escort him out and put a body in there, a double. And that's what they did. You're not going to get rid of a valuable CIA Mossad, asset who has tons of blackmail stuff on all the idiots to keep them in check. You're not going to get rid of that individual. But because our people walk around and not just in dim, but in darkness, they're able to pull these things off. And as I said yesterday, there's heavy magic. You don't have to believe me. This magic shit is real. However you want to paint it, whether it be frequencies, whether it be minerals or the removal or whatever it may be, magic is fucking real as fuck. Okay. Excuse my language, y'all. I know. I'm an old salty ass seller. All right. I don't mean nobody no harm. But this stuff is getting to the point. Like, I have made a post, right? Let me read to you what I made, because and some people thought of me being funny, and I get it, because it is kind of funny when you look at it when I said it. But Republican Party, hating your country is like hating your parents, and you're still living at that home. Yeah, you got that right. All right. So say what? This post has me black folked up. Well, in the post, I stated, I just can't black folk today. And damn near getting to the point of never black folking ever again. First of all, I don't know who a black folk is. I was being very condescending when I made the post on Facebook. I just can't with all these so-called black African American, all these goofies who don't know shit. And it's sad to have a voice and be saying nothing. And that's what they are. A lot of them saying nothing. A lot of them attempt to be articulate. They can articulate. They think they can articulate this, and they're intelligent, and things are reasonable through a rational ideology. But every time I listen to them, I'm like, what are you saying? Again, it goes back to, the wines, Through the fortitude of the magnitude, I'm going to regurgitate the speculation of the spectral and composites of the... What are you saying? Like, what's that got to do with black and anything else? And then always down and riding on somebody. Those are people, they know that through content, that they're going to come and people are going to, make contact and want to argue and this, that, and other. I'll just put on the post, dumb. All right. Cool. No, literally, because it don't matter what these idiots say. And they're not going to help you elevate. They're not going to get you in a place that is more comforting when the world shows you no comfort. And I'm talking about the world of people, of persons, of certain, and all the things that are based upon a lie, work and everything else. I want to say it's very minuscule too, but it's not. It's in a bigger perspective. I don't have no respect for these individuals. None. And I'm tired of them. And you would think, okay, well, that's fair. He's accomplishing and getting the job done. It's not about that with me. I don't care what it or whatever he or she is. They don't know what they're doing to themselves. And that's all I can articulate. They don't know what they're doing to themselves. And I don't want nobody to hear me and believe shit I'm saying. Grain of salt, motherfucker it. Yeah, I ain't saying nothing. My dreams, they don't mean shit. Absolutely nothing. Only to those who are consistent in their awareness raising, and the fact that they know it's paramount to ascend, not descend. But I'm going to stick to it. I am not going nowhere like that. I still have a story to tell. I ain't gonna lie. I got to the point a couple of days ago. I was like, "Fuck it, I ain't telling nobody the story. Fuck it. Just let this motherfucker flood, burn, whatever. Just let it go. I want to go to the highest mountain I can, sit up there and watch everything fall apart. Just embrace and enjoy and just." And I was like, "Well, I shouldn't be putting it out." And then today I was like, "No, I'm gonna tell you. It's about being honest. Yeah, I really want to go to the highest mountain or a trail somewhere where I can see and get into my deep meditation. Take a certain that I have, a little sip of urine. Yeah, we don't know the benefits of it, so study up on that. Anyway, and get myself in this deep composite of what I'm able to interpret now and watch. No matter how it affects after it starts, embracing it. Not like that. Embracing the moment. Scary shit. Anyway. and that was a couple of days ago, and I didn't say anything, and I was like, what's the word for saying anything? Because all it is just words, frequency, it's nothing. Is it viable? Like when I'm watching lizards and ants and the moths, and I'm watching their quartet, everything's orchestrated on a natural of finding food and exploring and checking everything out, and I'm watching, and the lizard's grabbing, the moth, and I see the natural of it. But that's me looking out. How do I look in and see it? That's why it's indicative of me to meditate. So when I want to drink water, to say no. When I'm sitting down, sit up. It's not forcing. It's like the meticulous things, a requirement, and I'm able to see things that I normally wouldn't look at. You say, "Oh, I've always looked at and couldn't see," and it's beautiful. No, I speak to them just like I speak to you. Leave me alone. Don't come laying on my chest and looking in my eye, big ass camel, whatever those things are. They're not spiders, but those big camel things that eat spiders and all that, just sitting on my face. I woke up and I'm like, this thing's got his little fingers up in my thigh. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, shit. I took it and threw it over. It scurried up under my shoe. I got the little cellar, threw it outside. I don't want to kill them. But they hear. I don't think you're getting it. They hear. I had a couple of wasps come in there, flying around, things open. And I'm like, get out. And so I walk right up to them, out, and they fly right out. They fly right out. They don't come back. The Roland Martins, the ones that look like dragonflies that eat flies, they just grab them and they suck on them like nonstop all day. I know when they're about to die. They fly in and land literally right beside me. Or they sit on my shoulder, and I allow them. I allow them because they're going to die soon, like within an hour or two. And it's always the same thing every damn day. I don't say nothing. I just, I got 3 of them. It lands on my leg. I'm just like, they do a little tickly moving. And I'm like, oh my goodness, don't make me knock you off me. And after about 20, 30 minutes, it's fallen over. Its legs are stiff. It's not eating and grabbing flies. There are so many things that I can see. And then there are the things that just annoy the fuck out of me. And I'm like, I told you, don't come in here. Don't go killing bugs, all right? But I know it's not so much that me saying it. There's a vibration, there's a frequency. They feel it. And I know that I actually mean it, and I know that they interpret it how they're supposed to. And I see that they literally hear. There was a whole bunch of ants coming in, little red ants. And I went and I didn't see them. I stepped on them because it was like, I was like, oh, it must be something they're going at. So I figured the potato chips. There's a little bit of crumbs in it. And they were in there grabbing. So I took the bag, brought it out, set it on the side, and they were still going to it because, you know, there's a chemical trail that they make to go to food. So I didn't mean to step on the ones I did because I didn't see them. I'm just coming in. So I get down, I go, get out of here. Out. It's dangerous. Either they realized the bag of potato chips was outside, they started going and communicating, touching, and they were leaving. What's that all about? I was actually going to record the shit. I was like, fuck, should I record it? No, I had to sweep. And I was like, I'm not I had to sweep. I got to sweep that dirt, rocks. With the rain, you just bring it in with your little grooves in your shoes and sneakers. But they all got up out of there. I maybe seen one or two in there struggling around like they're retarded. Maybe they're scouts or something. But I never saw that big line with thousands of them going back and forth. Like you can see the line. Like, oh, I walked in, I'm carrying shit. I'm stepping on. I ain't know I was stepping on. There's so many things. The moths stop being over top of me, dying and falling on me. I wake up, I got like 3 moths dead on me. They're staying they're staying away from over me, and they're on top in the middle where it gets really hot. I'm like, I ain't say go and kill yourself, but they're not coming over me. Flies are just stupid. So I'm in there, zap, 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 zap. Brush them off, so I gotta sweep them up. These little things like that. I'm able to see things a little different. Is it grand or no? I think it's nowhere near what it's supposed to be. But if you do these little things that I've been articulating, reading, and not just to read to you, so you can have a little comfort, so I can share a little comfort. Because some of you more so than others are gonna see shit that's gonna fuck your head up. It's not about fucking if, it's when. Damn, you big. That was a big motherfucker. Right now, everybody's, because I'm reading a TikTok, everybody's attempting to, for the ones who are actually concerned, they're attempting to say what they think how it's going to be. And there's some pretty bad stuff some of the people are stating. My thing is, don't worry about that. Let worry of itself. Do not allow yourself to be scared and complicit in your own diabolical ending. Okay? Speak something different from what the enemy's been speaking. I mean, that's all I can say to that. You know, for the people who have a hard time, you know, interpreting certain things that are stated or, you know, expressed. I'm not a seer and all that dumb shit. I've just been afforded to be able to see some things based on when I accepted who I was. I really wish I would have accepted who I was when I was like 9, 10 years old. It'd have been different. I probably wouldn't have no cell phone. I probably wouldn't have no laptop, no tablets. I wouldn't have no TV. I guarantee it. But I didn't. I fought against me for the longest time. But now everything is rolling. I mean, it's got steam, you know, and We're talking about that kind of steam, like the old locomotives of Tartaria. It's nothing stopping it. Yeah, I don't think you're aware that every time I look away, I'm looking at my dream. I'm looking at shit. I'm seeing things. Pretty bad. But I want you to take pretty bad and you know, and make it bigger than what it is. Don't do that. Just I'm going to share how I share. You know what I mean? And everybody's got that one choice. I hope y'all choose right, man. I don't have a choice in this matter. Not a fucking choice. And it sucks. Beautiful bird. What bird is that? It's got the little point, not the quails, but it's got like a cardinal. That was a cardinal. Holy shit, that was a cardinal, cuz. That was a beautiful ass gray, burgundy, whatever, yellow. It's right there. It's right there looking over at me. I'm pointing at you. That's a cardinal. Right there, flying. That's a cardinal. I haven't yet. That's the first time I got to see a cardinal, y'all. Except for the Arizona shit and the Diamondbacks and all that goofy shit, you know? That's the first time I got to see a cardinal, y'all. That's awesome. Anywho, like I said, I don't really have a choice, y'all. I always tell myself I do. But there ain't way shit looking. It's really not looking like it at all. You know? Like, they like the humidity. Oh, okay. Well, it is humid right now. It's pretty humid. Look, I didn't want to be on here long, man. And look, I'll start going deep into my labyrinth of fucks. I don't want to do that. I ain't attempting to rain on nobody's parade. If you're succeeding, that means that you're already comfortable, so you know what I say doesn't apply to you. Only the fact that you're aware that some of these things are very possibly true. Maybe. Why you gotta climb up on me, guy? But I gotta run this down real quick. Hopefully they said Friday, but they had a truck. They had some stuff come off. They sent me a little text with some words. I think it's for my invoice. So maybe it's there. If it is, that's good, because I really want to tip that thing up before I start working on it and really sweep it and blow it out and spray that stuff all over the bottom. So if that's the case, if they have it, when I get back, if it's not raining too bad, I'll do that. But if it is, I'll set the camera up inside and I'll show you the mold killing paint prime, and I'll roll the inside out. That way it'll be done. It don't matter if it rains, it catches, it collects it, or whatever. Tarp will stay on it until the rain has passed, and I'll remove the tarp so I can do work and then put it right back. Like I said, I appreciate y'all listening, and I know there are times when I talk about things, you know, certain individuals, 2A community, the fact that most everything going on is not constitutional, nor steeped in the Bill of Rights. It's kind of hidden in plain sight before you, thrown in your face. This is what they're going to do, and you're not going to do nothing about it. It goes back to the rhetoric of the HIN, the NIH, whatever, talking about the New World Order, having those meetings, you know, with that goofy ass retarded monkey standing there, you know, the bald-headed motherfucker. You will own nothing and you will be happy. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of right. He's kind of right, sadly. It's that now. You don't own nothing unless you have a loyal. And a lot of you run around like you're happy. they've already established the grounds how everything moves. They're making deals and pacts with many individuals, whether in organizations, departments, it doesn't matter, police, fire department, whatever, EMT, whatever, military. They struck deals. They've conditioned people to have hate and self-hate. They've got individuals who've conditioned the younger generation that you're the problem, and you're supposed to fix it, and you didn't create the problem because you've been living with it. There are more light-skinned folk who ain't with the racism, more so than anything else. Millions of people are interracial marriages for those who believe in interracial and all that other shit. Millions. And so there's a fine line between what's normal and then compared to what's been normalized. There's a fine line. What's normal is still here, but it's not being participated with. What's abnormal, intrusive, and chaotic as it is, you're witnesses to it because you see it all the time. I can't do anything with stupid people. But damn it, those of you who got some sense about you, just research the stuff I talk about. And whatever you find, if you want to share it, share it. If you have something that's particular, because I like Tom and a few other people, they throw a lot of things up based on these things, is based on their knowledge, which is, I applaud them. I appreciate it. But and share it with everybody, because this is paramount or indicative to your choices that you do make. You know what I'm saying? Only y'all can make things better, man. Oh, there's one more thing. Let me see if I got this in here. And then I'm gonna get off here. Is it 45? All right, so I want to read a few of these. So here we go. The first one, no, let's read this one. I like this one right here. So freedom lies in being bold. Okay, that's by Robert Frost. As far as in the success of whatever your endeavors are. Now this is by Robert Frost. Freedom lies in being bold, and by Mahatma Gandhi. Freedom is not worth having if it does not connote freedom to err and even to sin. That's making the choice, wrong or right. Mahatma Gandhi. Now, Martin Luther, you know this one. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. The only real prison is fear. And that's one I love. By Aung San Suu Kyi. The only real prison is fear. And the only real freedom is freedom from fear. Now, Peter Marshall, this is outstanding. May freedom be seen not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to please do what is right. Yeah, people out here talking about their First Amendment auditors, and they're cursing out everybody, they're antagonizing, they're pressing. And I get it, because literally it is freedom of speech. But where's the borderline? When they do so much damage that people who exercise their constitutional right aren't picked upon by those in a dilapidated state wearing a costume who wants to strike out at these individuals, because there are some starting to show up they don't care about laws or anything. They got that costume on, they on some damn steroids or something, and as far as they know, you're going to listen because I am the authority. When they're not, you are the authority. That's why it's indicative that you move as the authority. Okay, and that's Peter Marshall. Now this one by Ayn Rand, the fountainhead. You call that freedom? To ask nothing, to expect nothing, to depend on nothing? That's some heavy shit. Now, Epictetus. Is freedom anything else than the right to live as we wish and nothing else? So you see all these dudes want to dress up like women in front of children, and you've seen some of them got arrested. They're pedophiles. They had shit up in their hard drives and stuff. These sick individuals with these so-called parents, parenting, parenting, government and things. They don't care. They love that shit. Your government are the decibels of sickness and disease. That's why they're in the position that they can be in. They don't care about you. They care about them, their riches, and what they can establish before the fall. Hell, a lot of them ain't even here. Now we look at Franklin D. Roosevelt. It also is an occasion for remembering that in the truest sense, freedom cannot be bestowed. It must be achieved, and that there must be constant vigilance if it is to be maintained. There's a reason why all of you are supposed to be minute women. You are the militia. Undertrained, obese, poison, fat as fuck. Sadly. Now you see why it's paramount indicative that you are sin, whether you do or don't. Herbert Hoover. Freedom is the open window through which pours the sunlight of the human spirit and of human dignity. We don't see that much. We don't see much of that nowadays. And then we look at Albert Einstein. For everything that is really great and inspiring is created by the individual who can labor in freedom. So how can you have it if your labors have not been in freedom? Because you can't find it in here. The majority, as I stated a few days ago, whenever it was, I said, majority of people don't know what it is to be free. Everything that they participate and practice in is what's based on convenience. How many times have I spoken about convenience and what's relative to what should be done compared to the convenient part? Now, Khalil Gibran, the vision. Life without liberty is like a body without spirit. So how could you have life without liberty? There's no joy enjoying the things around you. This is the catch-22, how they fooled you. But seriously, that's an excellent statement. When you think about life without liberty, it's like a body without the soul. Bob Marley, better to die fighting for freedom than be a prisoner all the days of your life. A lot of y'all don't know what the fight is. Your interpretation of fighting is what they've laid the foundation work for. That's not really fighting. Well, let's look at John F. Kennedy. The best road to progress is freedom's road. They took his ass out because, that one speech about secret societies and the enslavement of all mankind. He didn't want to play with it no more. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. And you can demand until you can't demand no more. And that's Martin Luther King. Now let's look at George Washington. A liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Now they kind of know how to sack upon you. Like today, you see it all around the world. You see them create an event, right? Then they supposedly come in and they solve it. The government can't solve shit for you because they're part of creating the problems that you are consistently living in. That's why it's indicative and paramount of you to be resourceful, but also be reminded that you're more than what you think. You know what I'm saying? Out of here. Dalai Lama. Then he tried to kiss the little boy with his tongue. Anyway, brute force, no matter how strongly applied, can never subdue the basic human desire for freedom. People that use brute force are fucking idiots. Now, Maya Angelou, Mom, and me and mom. Hey, what's you doing? Hey, you. All right. Independence is a heady draft. And if you drink it in your mouth, in your youth, it can have the same effect on the brain as young wine does. It does not matter that its taste is not always appealing. It is addictive, and with each drink, you want more. There's hundreds. I even have my own. All gold will turn to dust. Absolutely, though. I'm permanent paint right now. Oh, okay. Oh, Mac. Oh, shit. Well, I appreciate you, Dev. All of you. And always remember that. Okay. I don't know where our sisters are. Oh, Millennial's still here. Okay. As long as there's one, that's good enough. You know, share it with the other sisters. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, and I appreciate y'all. When I come back, because yesterday it was clear, and man, that wind came, and the damn clouds got dark as elephant skin. Well, gray, like they were bathing. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna head on out here, grab a couple things. Hopefully, the spray rubber is there, and get back while it's early. And it's cool. It feels good. We can get in there. We can get some things done. Hopefully. All right. I mean, the sand is ready to rip and run. Battery's fully charged. I'm ready to start sanding and grinding. My chisel's laying there, brand new, ready for me to tap and chisel things to a certain point. My plane is ready to start getting that perfect line, and the levels are ready for me to make sure everything has got some balance to it. So we'll get back and we'll get into that. All right. Let me hit the, what you call it? I don't know if y'all can hear me, right? Well, I take it as y'all can. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. I appreciate every last one of you. I even appreciate the individuals that come who are hard pressed, the ones who are listening and they're deflective, or to them it doesn't matter. Oh, good. I don't know if that's me being insensitive or with focus or direct. I don't care about all that. I'm always going to say what I know. And I don't know a lot of anything. All right? And I appreciate y'all. Okay? Till later.